As martial arts master Bawa stared back and forth in between the shattered once cube laying scattered across the ground, and Delius calmly standing there waiting for a response. Once again, a smile peeked out on his face. Tell me, Delius, do you have any interest in learning martial arts yourself? Well, I think you need to hold up, Mr. Bawa, Delius replied, scratching the back of his head a bit. Right now, I'm trying to limit the possibility that I'm going to kill someone. I think learning martial arts would only stack onto that possibility. I'm trying to control myself here. Nonsense, Bauer replied. You have a misunderstanding of what the martial arts are. The martial arts are not simply a weapon used to kill your enemies. No, it is different. The truth of martial arts is mastery of oneself. You wish to learn control over yourself. That is something that I think the martial arts would aid you in. For what is the martial arts, if not mastery of oneself? To control one's breath and speed, movement, in great precision, to do so on reflex. Martial arts is not always about striking the hardest. Often at times, it is about being swift enough, tactful enough, delicate enough to achieve things that power or speed alone cannot. Delius, I wish to ask you to become my pupil. Allow me to teach you the martial arts, and thus teach you how to better control your strength. You wish to learn how to fight without bringing harm that you do not intend to bring. The martial arts will give this to you, if you will but accept my tutelage. Well, that was a quick changeover, Mr. Bawa, Delius replied. Why the sudden change of heart? You went from wanting to beat me to wanting to train me. Oh, beating you is impossible, at least as far as my strength is concerned. I now know this, beyond any reasonable doubt. Limited as my physical body is, I cannot defeat you. However, a far greater opportunity has just presented itself to me, and I would be a fool to turn it away. An opportunity, Delius replied, a curious expression on his face as he raised one of his eyebrows, staring at martial arts master Bawa, wondering what was going through his head. What opportunity are you referring to, Master Bawa? Delius asked. Tell me, Delius, do you know of legacy? Is it a concept that they have on your world? To be remembered, to pass on, even if only a piece of yourself? Well, yes, I suppose. On my world, we believe that the legacy we leave can be found in many ways, both in the children that we bear and raise, and even in our actions. I, for example, am the champion of my village, and it falls to me to protect them from the awakening of Hagara, and in protecting them from the awakening of Hagara, allowing us to bear the destruction brought about by that event. My name will be etched into the history of my village, alongside all those who came before me, whose names I can quote to you. By memory, there have been no less than 12 successors that came before me, and should I fulfill my duty, protect my village from the awakening, as Hagara guides us to a new home, then my name will be inscribed as the 13th, and be remembered always amongst my people. Yes, Delius, that is it. Legacy. It is what you leave behind. I have worked my entire life, strived for but a single goal: to become the greatest martial arts master that my world has to offer. I have sacrificed much on this path, all so that in my wake I might leave a legacy. For this, I have created my own martial arts style, the one that I have employed and claimed victory with for 6 years running, amongst the greatest of martial arts champions. But now stands before me possibly the greatest opportunity that any martial artist on our world has ever had. You will outlive, most likely, our entire race, long after I am dead and gone, and almost all memory of me has faded from existence. The knowledge that I will pass to you will live on. Your people live longer than the stars that alight planets. Even if you pass the skill to no one else, it would still endure longer than any other martial arts form that has ever existed on our world. And if you should choose to pass this martial art to your children, then it could see the rise and fall of countless solar systems, the birth and destruction of stars, the creation and destruction of societies. It would edge my martial art into this universe in a way that, as limited as I am, I could never hope to achieve alone. By choosing to pass my martial art to you, I create a legacy. Can you understand that, Delius? I understand that your life is long in comparison to our own. My ideas, hopes, dreams, and aspirations may seem like but a fleeting moment to you. My life gone in what you might think the blink of an eye. But I ask of you, Delius, can you understand my desire? For a moment, Delius and martial arts master Bawa exchanged glances, seeming focused in the moment. Yeah, I think I get it. I understand where you're coming from, Bawa. And please don't talk of your life like that, Delius replied. Simply because your lifespan is shorter than mine does not make you lesser. The value of your life does not decrease based on its length. Everyone, all forms of life throughout the universe, play their part in the cycle, just as everything that is born must eventually die. This aspect binds us all together, no matter how long or short that life may be. The life of a fly may be short, but in its time it fulfills its place in the cycle. For if there were no flies, then a piece would be missing. The cycle would be unable to complete itself. Who knows how much devastation could be missing or created from the fact that a simple fly is missing. People often take for granted the importance of things in the cycle. How even the smallest of changes can change basically everything. On my world, there's a creature that we call Barraconda. Barraconda live only a single day, and yet they stand among the most frightful of beings on my planet. You should see them, truly. They're terrifying. Barraconda are born from eggs, laid by the previous Barraconda. The moment that a Barraconda hatches from its egg, it is already fully grown. From the moment that it awakes, it begins to eat. One of the largest entities on my world, it feasts on everything. There is basically no being on my world that does not fear them. With good reason. They're nearly 100 foot tall. Their scales are like armor plating, and next to nothing penetrates it. Their jaws are wide enough to snap down and kill basically anything it decides to. and in its short time, it devours whatever it comes across. And at the end of that day, the Baraconda dies. Within it, a single egg, nourished by whatever it feasted upon during its life, and the corpse of the Baraconda itself. This egg lies dormant for nearly 10 years. Nature grows around it, Earth moves over it, and life continues to grow and flourish around it at rapid haste, as is normal on my world, until, after 10 years, a new Baraconda awakens from the egg and begins the cycle anew. While this beast is terrifying, its terror is also short-lived, but it has a purpose. You see, things on my world often reproduce quickly, grow quickly, become terrifying and dangerous very quickly. And so the Baraconda exists to waylay this cycle. In its time awakening, it decreases the overall number and abundance of other prodigious animals on my world in vast quantities. If it were not for the Baraconda, my world would be overrun by countless predators. The Baraconda controls their numbers. So, though it is terrifying, it is also necessary. If the Baraconda did not exist, then I doubt that I would be here speaking to you. Though, if a Baraconda were to see me, I assure you I would be on its meal plan as well. You may think me a god, but I assure you, I am no less a part of the cycle than you, and understand your desire to leave behind a legacy. So, I will accept your offer. Please, Master Bawa, teach me your martial art.